Hi, it's Miss Pretzel, and I am very excited to talk about Kate Alice Marshall's newest horror book. It's a ghost story horror book. This is set at a private boarding school. Yeah, that happens so much. Probably because I think there's less adult supervision than before. So, our main character is Eden. And Eden is in a little bit of trouble because her parents haven't paid her tuition for this private boarding school. So, like, she is on the verge of being kicked out. So, you need to know that at this, it's called the Narrow. So, at this, where this boarding school is located, there is a river called the Narrow. And there's a legend within the community that anybody who falls into the Narrow, because it's so fast and so deep, that anybody who falls in dies. So the first year that Eden and her best friend Veronica, I read this before we actually got it in the library, so sometimes I have to remind myself of names. So she and Veronica jumped the Narrow when they were freshmen, and Eden's roommate was Delphine at the time, and Delphine tried to jump the Narrow too, but fell in. However, Delphine, unlike anybody else, actually showed up back to the dorm that night. But since then, Delphine has had an acute allergy to unpurified water, and she lives in seclusion on the campus. So she has her own house that is like think you've maybe heard about people who have to live in a bubble, you know, because that's mostly because of immune system issues. This is not, it's because of an acute allergy to water, unpurified water. So the other thing is that there is also a ghost on campus that is called the Drowning Girl, and this Drowning Girl ghost appears to be out to get Delphine, and we got to figure out why that is. So I really enjoyed this as a ghost story. I am going to put it more in the ghost story realm. There is horror to it, but I'm going to put it in that realm more than I would put it in like I think I've read every single Alice Marshall book there is, including I really did enjoy this book. It was a good read. Had plenty of twists and turns, and Kate Alice Marshall did not disappoint. She has yet to disappoint me. So I first read Our Last Echoes. I read her I Survived. I think it's something like I Survived. That's a totally different. That's a survival adventure in Alaska, which is interesting in and of itself. She wrote Rules for Vanishing, which probably is her most famous YA novel, These Fleeting Shadows, and like I said, this one, and she's just started writing some adult books. I hope she keeps writing YA, though. So, once again, The Narrow by Kate Alice Marshall, and I highly recommend her if you are a fan of horror fiction, or, for this one, ghost stories. So, if this is not your cup of tea, I will help you find something else. Otherwise, have a fantastic day and keep on reading.